Quez Watkins finds a new home in Pennsylvania with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFL is banning the hip drop tackle, and the Philadelphia Eagles are masters at saving bread. Let's talk about it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Let's get into it. So, Quez Watkins, man, found a new home via the Pittsburgh Steelers. A lot of people are happy about this. I'm not going to make it seem like that. This is the thing, man. Quez Watkins needed to change his scenery. I'm not upset about this at all. I'm actually happy for Quez Watkins. He does have great potential, but somebody at some point, Quez got to put it on the field. You know what I mean? Quez has had a lot of opportunity here with the Philadelphia Eagles, and he's come up short, of expectations for himself and of the expectations of the organization. We bet on him a couple years, and it didn't pan out. And, it is what it is in that department. I like what Quez Watkins brings to the table skill set wise, but it just doesn't show up on tape all the time. He just doesn't make the big plays necessary enough as a wide receiver 3. And I knew his days were numbered when the Philadelphia Eagles signed Devontae Parker and then doubled down and signed Paris Campbell. So Quez Watkins is going to go over there, play with Russell Wilson and those guys. I think Quez is going to get some valuable time over there. And, only time will tell, man. I'm anxious to see what Quez could bring to the table over there. Congratulations to Quez Watkins. Good luck moving forward. The vibes, The Philadelphia Eagles always going to have love and respect for you. The NFL is doing something that could benefit the Philadelphia Eagles by removing his hip drop tackle. When you see a lot of physical runners and guys that runs after contact and things like that, guys' only option, sometimes is to bring these guys down from behind, pause, with the hip drop tackle. And, it is what it is. And you've seen some brutal injuries. You've seen some seasons end via this style of tackle. And some of the most recent, Mark Andrews, Tony Pollard in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You've seen A.J. Brown get rolled up, I believe, at the end of the season last year. That caused him to miss the playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, I think the NFL, should have made this decision sooner rather than later because, well, I guess it's right on time. Guys have to do a lot of focusing in OTAs and in training camp on how to tackle head up more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you could trip a guy up. It's a lot of things that has to happen, but grabbing a guy by the waist, pause, and slinging him to the ground and rolling up under him, that'll no longer happen no more. You know what I mean? That'll no longer happen no more. And I think things like that benefit guys like Saquon Barkley because, hey, man, listen, man, it's a perfect time to spend a lot of money if you Howie Roseman on a running back now that they're changing the rules for ball carriers. It's a beautiful time if you Saquon Barkley, King Henry, guys of that nature, CMC. It's a beautiful time if you're one of the running backs that get a lot of touches. So I can't wait to see how this move translates to the football field. It's going to be almost impossible to tackle. Slay came out and put a post up about it. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard to tackle. Hey, man, I will say this. A lot of people was having difficulties tackling before this. The Eagles was having difficulties tackling before this move was in play. You know what I mean? So maybe it'll level off the playing field for the rest of the teams, how trash we were at tackling. But, at the end of the day, man, I think a lot of ball carriers should feast on this. Saquon Barkley is my dark horse guy for Offensive Player of the Year this year. And I think that, rules like this are in the favor of some of the ball carriers for sure. Howie Roseman, is doing an amazing job with the cap, and the cap hits this season for the Philadelphia Eagles. Reports come out that Howie Roseman's offense is somewhere around just $111 million for the year. That puts us at the 22nd, that ranks us at 22nd in terms of, most expensive offenses. And man, you talk about the talent that we have, and to be at the bottom half of the league and spending on the offense is just remarkable if you Howie Roseman. So the question now, Bulls, in my opinion, is what do we do with some of this cap space? We know we're good at saving money. We know the draft is coming up. This Hassan Reddick thing is heating up. I'm thinking, Hassan for Buda Baker could be, a nice thing for us. They're talking about Hassan going back over to Arizona. But do we really need, another safety right now? You know what I mean? Should we bolster up this linebacking group? What are the Philadelphia Eagles to do, with a GM is as good as Howie Roseman in terms of saving against the cap and all this cap space and your first round pick. And you got the 50th and the 53rd round, the 50th and the 53 overall picks in this upcoming draft. What are our priorities right now? In terms of what we like to see this team look like, I think now you got to shift everything to the defensive side of the ball. We've been great in free agency, but I think it's still that one move left to make. It's going to be heartbreaking for me to see Haason Reddick go for sure. Everybody knows that. That's just something hard to deal with. But that one last move is out there. Could it be Justin Simmons? You know what I'm saying? Could it be, reaching for Edrin Cooper at 22? That one move is out there that's going to get us over the top, and I think you definitely take a step back as far as talent on the defensive side of the ball. If you're not going to keep Haason Reddick, you take a step back there. But what's that one move left in free agency that the Philadelphia Eagles absolutely have to make? You know what I mean? I want us to think about that for a second because we're not done. We're not done. There's a lot of big players out there. I'm looking at a Stephon Gilmore. I'm looking at a Justin Simmons. I'm looking at some guys that we could use their services for 1 year. You know what I mean? Stephon Gilmore in this rotation would work wonders for me. You know what I mean? Hey, man, I like Stephon Gilmore on a 1-year deal. Take some of that pressure off Bradbury. They could split some of that. I think Slay is the bona fide starter at cornerback, the front runner as the best corner on the roster. You know what I mean? Even if you added Stephon Gilmore, it is what it is in that regard. But what can the Philadelphia Eagles do to make this roster even more better? You know what I mean? That's something we got to think about, man. Jadeveon Clowney is out there. If you lose Haason Reddick, you need another edge rusher like yesterday. So we're going to get into that, man, as the season goes on and things of that nature, man. I want y'all to stay tapped in with Big Print Champs. Y'all know all the curation designs we got out there. Use code Bulletin at checkout. It's right there on the bottom of the screen. And while y'all using code Bulletin, I want y'all to check out this upcoming, project for me and my guy, D'Angelo Xavier. Here's a snippet of one of the songs. We'll probably be shooting a video for this one called Got Some. Make sure you tap in all the music on all streaming platforms. Just log in at Lord Brunson. You'll find my guy, D'Angelo Xavier, there as well. You know the vibes, man.
I could talk about some money because I got some. Yeah, and I could talk about these guns because I shot some. You can't talk about real niggas because you're not one. You can't talk about us because you're not them.
Hey yo, open your eyes, you see a real nigga. Most niggas faking be ducking, don't wanna deal with them. My finger pulling the trigger, gotta conceal with them. Hammer with pads, make a tackle on the field with them. Most people trying to might, but ain't like me. Now they getting mad in their feelings, they wanna fight me. But you don't want no problems like that, and that's a fact. If Lord got the Bernie motherfucker on the Mac. Baby girl, getting smarter every day, I'm sure. And a sister like a charm when she shine like a jewel. The pot is full, we dump shit. Niggas got the test.